Tonight, millions of Americans are doing something that's slowly destroying their brain, and they think it's actually helping them sleep. Neuroscientists just discovered that this popular nightly habit is quietly forcing your brain to commit slow suicide while you sleep. What you're about to hear next will shock you, and it might save your mind. Tonight, millions of Americans will slip on noise-canceling headphones to escape the chaos, completely unaware of the trap. We believe we are controlling our environment, but this modern luxury is actually triggering an ancient biological panic button. You might also blast white noise or rain sounds to fall asleep, thinking it heals your stressed mind. However, neuroscientists have just discovered that this harmless nightly habit is forcing your brain to commit slow suicide. While you sleep peacefully, your auditory cortex is actually fighting a hidden battle that alters your DNA tonight. For 99% of human evolutionary history, the acoustic world looked entirely different, almost unrecognizable to us. Your ancestors evolved in a world so profoundly silent that they could hear a single leaf drop miles away. This intense, heavy silence was not a void. It was a powerful biological tool that shaped human intelligence. Their brains were beautifully optimized to read the silence, decoding hidden patterns in nature just to stay alive. A single snap of a twig meant a predator was lurking, making silence the ultimate frontier of survival. But the Industrial Revolution shattered this fragile acoustic ecosystem forever, introducing a permanent monster into our lives. Sudden, loud mechanical roars replaced the natural silence, forcing the human nervous system into a permanent emergency state. Today, the average American consumes more artificial noise in one day than an ancestor heard in a lifetime. This constant sensory overload has secretly broken a crucial mechanism inside our heads, causing a terrifying medical crisis. To understand exactly how much damage has been done, we must look at a shocking experiment on mice. In 2013, a brilliant evolutionary biologist named Imke Kirsta designed a simple study with a terrifying outcome. She wanted to see how different everyday sounds affect the brain development of ordinary, healthy laboratory mice. For days, some mice listened to music, others heard white noise, while the last group got absolute silence. The silence group was only meant to be a baseline control, but the data revealed something totally impossible. When the mice were exposed to 2 hours of total silence daily, their brains did something completely unprecedented. They rapidly grew brand new neurons inside the hippocampus, the vital region responsible for memory and learning. Silence wasn't just passive rest, it was a powerful biological trigger that actively regenerated the physical brain structure. But what happened to the mice that listened to the comforting white noise left the researchers deeply horrified. Instead of relaxing, their brains became structurally degraded, losing the ability to filter out unnecessary environmental data. Dr. Michael Merzenich later warned that playing white noise all night long forces your brain to stay awake. Your auditory system never shuts down. It keeps grinding, processing worthless frequencies while your body is paralyzed. This constant nocturnal processing leaves you exhausted by sunrise, completely draining your cognitive reserves for the next day. If this practice is so dangerous, why does the modern American population feel an intense, undeniable addiction to noise? The answer lies in a dark psychological experiment conducted at a major university that shocked the entire nation. Researchers discovered that modern humans would actually choose physical torture over spending a few minutes with their thoughts. At the University of Virginia, scientists placed participants in a bare room for just 15 minutes of silence. They had no phones, no books, and no distractions, leaving them entirely alone with their own minds. Incredibly, 67% of the men chose to painfully shock themselves rather than endure the quietness. One man even shocked himself 11 times, proving that quietness is now perceived as actual physical torment. We have become deeply terrified of quietness because it acts as a mirror, exposing our deepest anxieties. We use background music, podcasts, and video essays as a protective shield to suppress our inner demons. But by constantly running away from the quiet, we are accidentally destroying a supreme human superpower. Every great breakthrough in human history, from gravity to relativity, was born during periods of absolute, uninterrupted quiet. When outer noise stops, a unique neurological network called the default mode network instantly activates inside you. This network links completely unrelated memories together, generating brilliant creative insights you could never consciously force. By drowning out the quiet, you permanently disable this creative network, keeping your mind shallow and reactive. This is the real reason millions of Americans suffer from chronic brain fog and severe lack of focus. Your mind is not broken, it is simply drowning in a toxic sea of endless, unnatural sonic pollution. The damage is extensive, but a revolutionary military study has revealed a shocking way to reverse it. Navy sonar operators underwent an extreme isolation experiment that changed our understanding of human perception forever. These specialized operators spent weeks in total acoustic deprivation, mapping the silent mysteries of the ocean floor. Doctors found that their brains rewired themselves, granting them superhuman hearing that could detect microscopic movements. But when they returned to normal civilian life, the modern world felt like an aggressive, painful assault. Today, over 100 million Americans are living in noise zones that the World Health Organization deems hazardous. Chronic environmental noise raises your cortisol levels, spiking blood pressure even while you are completely unconscious. Even if you think you are used to the traffic outside, your heart rate fluctuates with every passing car. This invisible cardiovascular stress secretly shaves years off your life, acting as a silent, unnoticed killer. We have sacrificed our natural biological sanctuary for industrial convenience, and the cost is higher than anyone admits. Tech corporations deliberately design their apps to be loud and flashy, keeping your brain hooked on constant stimulation. Every ping, ding, and autoplay video is a calculated assault on your focus, monetizing your attention span. We are raising an entire generation of humans who have never experienced even 1 hour of true quietness. Their brains are being wired for constant anxiety, permanently altering the future of human consciousness and culture. Ancient cultures protected quietness like a sacred resource, building special sanctuaries dedicated entirely to deep meditation. We have completely demolished those sanctuaries, leaving modern humans with no place to heal their minds. However, you can reclaim this lost power today through a simple, scientifically proven protocol. To heal your nervous system, you must implement a strict daily practice called the fasting of sound. For just 10 minutes every single morning, sit in absolute stillness before checking your emails or notifications. No music, no podcasts, no artificial background noise. Allow your auditory cortex to completely reset itself. Initially, your ego will panic and crave stimulation, but soon a profound sense of peace will arrive. This brief period of pure quietness triggers the neural regeneration discovered in the Duke University study. When you step outside, try removing your earbuds and listen to the organic symphony of the earth. These natural acoustic frequencies reduce stress instantly, realigning your biology with millions of years of evolution. Tonight, unplug your white noise machine and embrace the natural, heavy quietness of the dark night. Let your mind rest in the exact same way your ancestors did for thousands of generations. We have traded our internal peace for an endless, exhausting stream of digital static and noise. We flee from the quiet because we are deeply afraid of what our souls might say to us. But inside that very stillness lies the clarity, focus, and creativity you have been desperately searching for. Share this urgent message with someone who cannot sleep without noise and save their cognitive health. Tomorrow morning, when the modern world roars to life, will you choose the noise or the power? Taper off the noise, reclaim your mind. The silence is waiting to give you your life back.